Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to another episode of China Update, where I provide you with the most up-to-date political, economic, and geostrategic analysis on the world's number 2 economy. My name is Tony. Let's jump in. Yesterday, I published the first of what will be regular exclusive videos for those who support China Update financially through Patreon or membership. These are extra videos, and regular China Update videos published Monday through Saturday will not be affected. These will remain free and open for all. Yesterday's almost 20-minute video discussed the housing crisis and its systemic implications for the economy. For today, I wanted to begin this video with a few salient points from yesterday's video, which includes some very frankly shocking data and projections on the economy. 1. George Magnus, research associate at the University of Oxford, China Centre, believes that real estate will be a drag on growth for the economy for at least 5 more years, expressing, quote, "We have definitely passed peak property in China. Once the market settles, home prices will be permanently lower. The government cannot do anything to prevent this and can only try to smooth the transition or make it less uncomfortable." End quote. 2. After a brief recovery in October, residential sales fell again in November. National used home prices have declined for 39 straight months through October to a level about 30% below the July 2021 peak. Fitch Ratings Inc. expects a 5% decline in new home prices in 2025. 3. Zhu Ning, a faculty fellow at Yale University, argues that what China really needs is an economic model that doesn't rely so heavily on property development, expressing, quote, "Housing has been the driving force for the fiscal revenue of most local governments. Without that, the governments would have a hard time to make a way to make ends meet." End quote. 4. There is a consensus emerging among analysts that the affordable housing model will not have much of an impact on the oversupply of unsold homes, primarily because it's hard to make projects financially attractive for local governments. For local state-owned companies to be incentivized to scale up their purchases of inventory, analysts at Goldman Sachs Group Inc. have estimated that a discount of 30% may be needed, while Huatai Securities co-analysts have suggested that markdowns of more than 50% may be required. 5. Kirsty Hung, an analyst at Bloomberg Intelligence, argues that state purchasing of unsold units for public housing projects is not a quick fix for China's housing problems. She says there is a perfect storm of structural issues facing the market: demographic challenges, developers' persistent liquidity crunch, unfinished homes weighing on buyers' confidence, and families stuck in a mindset that prices will not rise. Quote, "These, together with a grim outlook on the economy and employment, on top of limited room for further policy support, lead us to believe that China's housing market could be in for multi-year corrections." End quote. These are just a few salient points from the video, and I would recommend it to anyone who has not seen it yet. Next up, Sweden has condemned China for barring its chief investigator from boarding the Chinese vessel Yipeng 3, suspected of severing vital undersea cables in the Baltic Sea. The bulk carrier departed international waters between Denmark and Sweden on Saturday, seemingly bound for Egypt after Chinese investigators boarded it on Thursday. Although representatives from Sweden, Germany, Finland and Denmark were permitted to observe the inspection, Swedish public prosecutor Henrik Soderman was denied access, drawing sharp criticism. Foreign Minister Maria Sternagard labelled the situation remarkable, emphasizing the importance of conducting a full Swedish criminal investigation. The cables connecting Sweden to Lithuania and Finland to Germany was severed last month, prompting Sweden to press for the vessel's movement into Swedish waters for further examination. Several media outlets, citing unnamed sources, say that an investigation reported evidence implicating the Yipeng 3. This marks the second such incident involving a Chinese ship in 13 months, raising skepticism over claims of accidental damage. Nordic and Baltic officials suspect foul play, with some pointing to Russian involvement. Lithuania's foreign minister warned that China's refusal to cooperate, quote, "must not set a precedent," end quote. The case underscores growing concerns over maritime security in the Baltic and the geopolitical implications of such incidents. Next up, last week outspoken and increasingly popular intellectual Zhang Yongnian, chairman of the Academic Committee of the School of Public Policy at South China University of Technology and dean of the School of Public Policy at the Chinese University of Hong Kong, Shenzhen, published an article in Chinese Social Sciences Today titled "Why and How to Build China's Independent Knowledge System of Philosophy and Social Sciences." This commentary contributes to a state-backed trend we have seen in recent years of so-called intellectual decoupling from the West, the idea that academic disciplines need to be decoupled from their Western roots and reframed in a more native Chinese manner. In the commentary, Zheng argues that as part of Xi Jinping's emphasis on constructing a system of disciplines, academics, and discourse, referred to as the three systems, with Chinese characteristics in philosophy and social sciences, the country needs a Chinese version of economics. Zheng writes in the commentary that, quote, "We face many economic difficulties and challenges that require economic thinking suited to China's reality because economic thinking is a tool for understanding and solving economic problems. However, Chinese economists have long struggled to find economics that can explain China's economic phenomena. People always use imported economic theories to explain and diagnose Chinese economics, resulting in wrong diagnoses and prescriptions that not only fail to cure the disease but worsen it. For a period, the use of various foreign tools was achieved through so-called reforms, leading to more and more serious problems, causing society to doubt reforms. Historically, the rise of a country is not only reflected in economic or other hard power, but also in the rise of social sciences based on ideological rise. We need to spend several generations' efforts to truly construct economics based on Chinese practice." End quote. Of course, this article also comes, as we have seen, at a time when chief economists and leading analysts of the economy across the country are increasingly silenced or censored for speaking on the economy. While it is certainly necessary to have more economics applicable to China's situation, this kind of trend, coupled with the silencing, is likely not positive or constructive when it comes to understanding China's economy and the best prescriptions for its recovery. Next up, we have one more development to cover, but just quickly, if you're getting some value from today's episode of China Update, don't forget to hit the like button. Liking, sharing, and subscribing is a tremendous help for the channel. It's only a couple of clicks of the mouse, but it's a big help for me. It's the only way in which the channel can grow. And for those who want to help keep China Update financially sustainable and receive extra benefits, including now bonus exclusive content, Patreon and Buy Me a Coffee links are in the description below. There is also the membership button for YouTube itself. Thank you so much, everybody, for the ongoing support. Next up, on Saturday, US President Joe Biden authorized $571 million in defense aid to Taiwan, reflecting continued US commitment to bolstering Taiwan's defenses. The White House announced on Friday that Biden delegated authority to the Secretary of State to oversee the downdraw of the Department of Defense materials, services, and military training for Taiwan. This is the third aid package to Taiwan, following $567 million in September and $345 million in July of last year. In a separate development, the Pentagon revealed that the State Department approved $265 million in military equipment sales to Taiwan. This includes the MIDS JTRS Variant 5, a tactical data link system to enhance Taiwan's communication security, and $30 million for MK-75 76mm gun mounts for surface and air defense capabilities. The aid and arms sales align with the US legal mandate to help Taiwan defend itself, despite the absence of formal diplomatic ties. Taiwan's foreign ministry welcomed the approval of the two sales, saying in a post on X that it reaffirmed the US government's, quote, commitment to our defense, end quote. On Sunday, Beijing condemned the US measures, warning the United States that it was, quote, playing with fire, end quote. A Chinese Foreign Ministry statement urged the US to stop arming Taiwan and stop what it called, quote, dangerous moves that undermine peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait, end quote. In October, the US approved $2 billion in arms sales to Taiwan, including the first-time delivery of an advanced surface-to-air missile defense system, also drawing mainland China's criticism, while Beijing has responded with war drills around Taiwan. Okay, that is today's episode of China Update. Thank you so much everybody for watching. Have a good Monday, have a productive week, and I will see you all tomorrow.